ready to ignite a passion for STEM in your students? In today's rapidly evolving world, STEM education is more critical than ever.
So your topics today for this conference centers around this notion of innovation, creativity, and STEM education, and all the different ways in which you're delivering curriculum. And I would say that there is no one single way to approach STEM education, but it's a combination of these things happening in your school culture. So in this room, we have diverse perspectives, diverse lived experiences that collectively we can mobilize a particular kind of worldview for science and STEM education moving forward. As educators, we play a role in preparing our young people for the place of work. We don't always like to talk about it that way, but we have a critical role to play. And when I look at the World Economic Forum's most recent reports, it gives us some insights as to the kinds of jobs that are emerging as a global need. Topics like AI, machine learning is not going away. We will have increased work opportunities in that space. Green transitions globally to reduce carbon emissions is a pressure. Climate change is real, and we are going to see increases in employment opportunities in that sector. And we also have economic and demographic shifts, an aging population that will increase a need for professionals in healthcare, social workers, including education. When we look at this particular report, it also tells us a little bit about the kinds of skills employers are looking for. The top ranking is analytical thinking, resilience, flexibility and agility, leadership and social influence, creative thinking, motivation and self-awareness, technological literacy, empathy and active learning, curiosity and lifelong learning, talent management, and service orientation and customer service. Those are your top 10 skills. Upskilling, lifelong learning is an absolute requirement. Most jobs are shifting in what skills and competencies people are needing. 59 out of 100 people will need upskilling, reskilling in the labor workforce globally. Change is always constant. Today it's AI. Tomorrow it will be quantum computing. No one's talking about that yet, but it's real. It's coming. And I want us to remember at its core, education is relational. It's not transactional. I implore you to think about your role to play in this system. And I want us to think deeply about what story we wish to tell about STEM education, science education. As you explore today, I want us to remember the classrooms in which we work in, teach in, is shaped by what you bring in to that space. So we need to be really intentional about what we bring in.
Throughout the Eureka conference, educators learn how to integrate high-yield strategies into their curriculum in meaningful ways.
It's about turning research into action and creating learning that sticks. One powerful approach is inquiry-based learning. It starts with students' own questions, their ideas and observations. It puts their curiosity at the center of the learning process. Educators play an active role guiding the journey, encouraging exploration and creating a space where ideas can be tested, refined, and improved. It's about moving students from wondering to understanding, and then asking even better questions.
This conference is fantastic for the hands-on learning opportunities that they get.
So actually getting up and having your hands involved and seeing what's going on around you and working collaboratively, really that's what we're looking at. And that collaboration really, when I look at high school, as an engineer, I look at what was the most important thing about high school. I communicated, I worked in a group, and I problem solved. And that's perfect for hands-on and group work.
Problem solving is so important in a STEM capacity because it allows students to try, potentially fail, and try again. So problem solving is a high yield strategy because it allows students to center themselves in the work that they're creating. So they can explore scientific concepts, engineering design, technology, but it allows them to see where they fit within the problem and how it could impact their lives in society.
Direct instruction is a very important high-yield strategy. It involves setting clear learning goals, intentional practice, and checking for understanding frequently. As you can see by the ways that students are interacting, they have many opportunities to show their understanding throughout the lesson.
At the Eureka conference, educators have the opportunity to connect with TDSB services and educational partners.
I'm Wendy Noble-Dalgleish. I am the account manager for Boreal Science. It's one of my favorite shows to come to. It's always got great engagement from the teachers. I think all the teachers really enjoy it. They all like the feedback and getting a chance to come together and do some workshops and learn.
It's important when we see those impact craters, which we can see all over here. We can talk about why the moon is so important.
Hi, this is the Science Resource Program. We send out kits to all the schools in the TDSB. We have all this hands-on science stuff, torsos, skeletons, robotics. It's all hands-on. Kids are going to retain all this information.
Today, from the professional library, we brought a book display, a sample of books for teachers to take with them. We wanted to bring resource guides and tell teachers about, all the professional resources that they could get for free from the professional library.
We're really excited to be here at Eureka today to support the TDSB STEM educators, math and computer science and science teachers in pursuing their professional development. The importance of professional development and seeing so many excited educators coming out is very inspiring and really exciting to see the passion that they all show for their students in the classroom.
So this is our robot. This is from last year's game Crescendo for 2024. So what this robot does is it shoots and scores notes.
It gave me ideas on how to approach a topic I've never taught before.
I feel that I'm able to leave here with new collaborators, perspectives, and resources ready to help my students.
I incorporated the engineering design lesson from the keynote speaker as a minds-on for one of my lessons.
Definitely going to use the session content and also things that were shared between colleagues.
I can see that learning can happen anywhere, even in a lecture hall.
I love the keynote and the focus on engineering design. I'm also going to look at ways to incorporate more mathematical modeling projects.
Eureka had a positive impact that will benefit my students.
I gained lots of applicable strategies that are ready to use in my courses. Plus, the keynote helped me understand and see how I could implement design learning into my courses.
In today's rapidly evolving world, STEM education is more critical than ever. As science teachers, you stand at the forefront, shaping the minds that will drive future innovation. This conference has reinforced the immense power educators possess to spark curiosity, foster innovation, and empower the next generation of scientists, technologists, engineers, and mathematicians. We know you will take this inspiration and continue transforming classrooms into dynamic spaces of exploration for all students.
To continue this essential work and remain at the cutting edge of STEM education, join us for a professional learning opportunity and be part of the future of education. We are looking forward to welcoming you at next year's Eureka Conference.